Hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Great CEO Podcast. I'm your host today, Stephen Pivnik. And with me, I have another great CEO, Frank Abbruzzese from AlphaKOR. Welcome, Frank.
Hey, thank you, Stephen. Pleasure to be here.
Yeah, you bet, you bet. So, in a few words, can you tell us about yourself and what your company does?
Sure, absolutely. I've been in the IT space for about 36 years now. I'm CEO of AlphaKOR, which is an IT company here in Windsor, Ontario. Company's been around. We just celebrated 29 years, and we manage your IT so then business owners can manage their business. We provide full IT solutions. We manage the entire fleet of IT. We do web development, web marketing, digital marketing, and custom software.
Awesome. Well, I had my last company for 26 years or 27 years, so I know
Wow.
exactly what type of a marathon that is. So, congratulations for being in business for that long.
Well, thank you so much.
So I'm pretty familiar with the MSP space. There's a lot of you guys around, across the country and across the world. How does AlphaKOR
Mhm.
differentiate itself from all the other MSPs that are out there?
So our team generally cares. We're out there networking. We're in the community regionally and abroad. So we're out there meeting new clients. We get referrals, and we find that we're a trusted brand and reputation, having been the longevity of 29 years in the industry. There's not a lot of IT companies that you have seen that have been around that long. Let's face it, IT really started around 1984, and then
Yep,
it evolved over that. So we become the expert on the subject matter. I've been very blessed. The media, even here in Ontario, the ministry has contacted me to comment on the IT pulse, especially during COVID times that we had, and to be the expert on the cyber security. So that's been really exciting times for us.
excellent, excellent. So I know in the MSP space, you have a lot of long-term repeating contracts with customers, but you probably
Yes.
do other project-based revenue as well. Like what percentage of your overall revenue would you say is recurring contractually year after year?
So well over half of it today, we're hitting about 65 to 70% is recurring. The longevity there, as you mentioned, we got clients that are, 5 year, 10 year, 20, 25 plus years. Some clients have been with us 29 solid years from day one. So that's been very exciting in terms of along the journey. What goes hand in hand with the recurring and the trusted relationship is the referral business. So when you get a referral business with someone that's really happy with your services, all of a sudden we've picked up another long-term client with recurring, and we've evolved over the years to 3 year contract terms,
Okay.
and the majority of clientele continue to renew at 3 year terms. Depending on the timing of it, what we've done is honor the same price, and at renewal time we'll be honoring the same price, maybe creeping up a little bit.
Sure.
Whereas a lot of companies will do, we've had high inflation lately, right? So when you get renewal, there's these spikes. So we've decided to really work closely with our clientele, and the longevity's been there. So we've been very happy in that regards.
That's great. So it's great to get, it's always great to get referral business. That's fantastic when a customer is so satisfied that they're referring you to others. From a growth perspective, what would you say your number one point of constraint is? That's
So globally, we're always facing the labor shortage. That would be the one. We've grown 29 successful years. We've gone against the grain. Anytime there's a recession, I talk about when COVID had hit, AlphaKOR has grown exponentially in terms of the growth. So the constraint has really been bringing in the new talent that we need as we continue to grow, move forward. Our footprint gets larger.
okay.
We've been good with employee retention and seeing the team staying here for a number of years.
Great.
What what we have done is provided milestones for the teams at 5, 10, 20, and we've had 4 people retire at that 25 plus year, which
Oh,
again is
wow.
unheard in our industry. So that's
Did they get
really
the you get the gold watch?
that you do get to watch. No, absolutely. And so the labor is the toughest one, and I think all of us are facing that are watching this today for sure.
Yeah, exactly. That definitely seems to be a very common constraint across the board, across many industries.
Mhm.
So, as a CEO, how do you spend, how many hours of work a week do you work, and how do you divide up your time?
Well, in the last several years, I've become part-time. I'm only about 55 hours a week, so I've kind of reduced my hours.
Only 55 hours a week.
Well, you have to appreciate, that includes there's many night events that go on that you attend. We give back a lot to the community. I've sat on boards. I've helped actually form several nonprofit organizations. So I look at that as my
Sure.
entire outreach as a CEO. Hours in here, it's really important to be seen, to be available. When clientele, you built a relationship with the team, so we interact. So I would say about 55 hours a week and focusing on the day-to-day pulse, long-term planning every day at 1 o'clock in my office. The business partners, we have an espresso candid chat every Friday for 20 plus years. We've gone out for lunch together.
Nice.
So the CEO, my partners, we are seen as open door, getting along and being here for the team and the clients alike. So that's been really a key thing that has shown in terms of our teamwork and supporting everyone that touches AlphaKOR. So that part's been working out extremely well.
I love to hear that. I'm getting like, chills remembering the culture that we had at my company, and it was very, very similar. So kudos.
Nice.
I love to hear when I'm talking to like-minded leaders.
Oh, thank you. Same here.
Cool. So I know that a lot of CEOs, I mean, I had this challenge when I was running my company, and eventually I got better at it. But delegation was always a tough one for me personally, until I got good at it. What is a major responsibility that you've recently delegated that you'd like to share?
Yeah, delegating, that's a tough one, right? So I've been working on this since 2011, believe it or not. And the last couple of years, I've gotten better at it. I've let
Okay.
go of a lot of things. Recently, I had someone actually lead one of our in-person presentations that we did. We invited, our clientele and prospects alike, hit all the media channels. I did a complete hands-off. She presented one of our key employees and did a fantastic job. So I sat in the background.
Oh, good
My
for
only
you.
role really was to introduce her and the welcome everyone, and then I just sat back and I was very happy I was able to actually let go and watch it be successful by delegating.
What a great feeling, right?
Hmm.
When you finally do that, like, oh my God, how come I didn't do this years ago?
It's okay.
Right. So there's a lot of components to being a CEO. So what would you say like two core values or two things that are central to you being CEO are?
So one thing that I find is bringing genuine and empathy to the company. I do what's called laps. We're in a 12,000 square foot building with 50 plus employees. So I do walk around, say hi to everyone, ask how they're doing, what they're working on, what challenges, what
Okay.
can we do to make it better. We do monthly and quarterly different touches for full staff meetings. During COVID, one thing that I did was proactive. I ran a weekly virtual meeting for everyone that was isolated to formally
Nice.
reach to the entire team and be there for them. So I would say core values are genuine empathy, of course, honesty and integrity. That's a given. I mean, I don't think you can be a leadership role without those two. The other part with the CEO hat is being the face and the voice. I've been very blessed. Years ago, I called the AlphaKOR team the AlphaKORians. So the media has picked up on it, our clients have picked up on it.
I love
And
it.
when the media calls and says, we need to talk to the CEO, there is a major corporation that has been taken out ransomware. We need an expert to get into the media and tell the story, how people can help protect themselves at home and their business. And I've been blessed. I've been called 6 times already in 24 to tell a story of how we can protect ourselves. And these are not even our clients, that we're not even
Wow.
involved in it. We're an outside expert helping the general public and the business community on what can we do together to help each other, because
Sure.
that's really what it's about. So I love that role of a leadership. How can we all help each other? Forget the transaction part. So for a moment, just let's really genuinely help each other.
Yep. No, I love to hear that. And going back to the COVID meetings, I remember having meetings where it was also once a week, during that, horrific time where
Yes.
people were just allowed to log on from wherever. There was people like walking
Yes.
around their neighborhoods. There was people just driving around in their car, and we would just log on and, just share anything for an hour. And that was so well received. So,
I also did outside of AlphaKOR here. I did because I was in the office every day during that time. We were down to 6 staff inside and then 40 some out. But I did do interactive webinars with Frank just to figure out, hey, guys like me and you, what are we going to do? How are we going to take
yeah.
care of people working from home, and how are we going to generate business? How are we going to network? And I just
Yep.
want to add, I created a virtual networking group weekly as well during COVID to
Oh,
help
good for
people
you.
connect.
Good for
I had
you.
45 on every week, Steve. And it was just, you take a look at a challenge and you say, what can we do to help each other? And it was
Yeah,
just so much fun.
I'm sure it was. I'm sure. So last question.
Okay.
I know you're super successful in running this great company for over 29 years. What do you do for fun?
Oh, a lot of great stuff for fun. I'm up at the gym 5:30 every morning. I actually love that. You got to have your energy. So I love that
Yeah,
first thing in the morning, get it out of the way because the rest of the day is easy after that.
totally.
Enjoy the family dinners. I have an amazing wife and two daughters with their boyfriends, and we spend a lot of family dinners together, even with the extended family. Love that. And on top of my workouts 5 days a week, I'm playing hockey twice a week. Not that I've ever played hockey when I was younger, but I'm going out there, making
Oh,
some good strides with my skating, trying to get the puck on net and just having fun with it. And next
nice.
on the list is to embrace pickleball. So I played it a couple times. So that's the next fun thing I'm going to add to my for the summer months.
I've tried hockey. I'm not that good at it. I haven't tried pickleball yet, so maybe I'll be better at pickleball than I was at hockey. Awesome. Well,
Good
Frank, thank
luck.
you very. What's that?
Good luck with that. That's a fun sport.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure. Well, Frank, thank you very much for joining us today, and good luck and continued success.
Great. My pleasure. Thanks for having me. I really enjoyed this.
You bet.